welcome back to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you the few items that I like to keep in a travel makeup bag. This is a bag that I like to carry with me to the gym, or if I know I'm going to be going overnight somewhere, or I'm going to be going somewhere that I'll want to put on some makeup that I might not initially do in the morning or something, then I would typically carry a bag like this. This here, if you've ever seen those old cash bags that people used to keep money in from the bank many, many moons ago, then this is kind of like that, only it's an actual makeup bag. I got it from some sort of subscription service that I had at one time or another. And I typically will put stuff in here. So, and this is like the third or fourth time that I've filmed this, because the first time I had it on Bluetooth and I didn't have my Bluetooth around my neck, so it wasn't picking up my audio. And that was whenever I did the look that I'll post a picture up here, overlay it to show you. And that's what you're going to be seeing the little inserts of throughout. I'll be showing different things as I'm putting them on, but that also allows me to kind of discuss alternatives to the products that I'm talking about too. So, what do you say we jump on in here and get started? First off, let's talk about tools. Now, some people have no problem wearing makeup at the gym, making, whatever. And that's fine. I don't, but I know it's not the best for your skin. So, maybe a makeup remover cloth of some kind, like Neutrogena or whatever. Or even some sort of a travel size cleanser. Right now, I don't have them right in front of me like I thought I did, but the little sample size Neutrogena makeup remover packs, they must have fallen on the floor behind my thing, but that's typically what I'll keep in here, as well as a small thing of Q-tips. I keep that in here. Then we'll talk about another tool real quick. This is the RT Go brush. It has a densely packed bristles, if you can see that. Very densely packed. And yes, mine is dirty because I just recently used it. But then it's small, where it's compact. I mean, yeah, the only thing that would make it better is maybe as if they had like a cover that goes over it. But then you have this little part at the bottom that pops out that is a smaller brush even. That means you can do your concealer and your foundation all with one little brush. So that makes it handy. And it snaps right back together. So that makes it handy for whether you're doing foundation, concealer, or powder. That's why I wanted to mention it first and foremost. Because the foundation that I put on is not actually a foundation, even though it gives beautiful skin-like appearance to me. It is the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream. And that's what this is here. I typically prefer to carry some sort of a squeeze bottle instead of a glass, because whenever I'm moving around to go from place to place, I'm not always very gentle, meaning glass can easily shatter. So that's where a squeeze tube will work, because I'm not piling things in there that's going to smash it and cause it to squeeze out, but I move things around and I'm constantly banging things around in my bag and all that. So a squeeze tube is ideal. And I can use my fingers to put this on, as you may have seen in the clip going on. So this here is ideal for me. Either the Maybelline, well, they have a few different products out right now. Plus, CoverGirl has their BB cream. Maybelline has another Dream Urban Cover or whatever. There's all sorts of tube style products that you can get that aren't going to shatter. So then a concealer. Now I typically don't worry about necessarily glass, not glass, whatever, just because that's a smaller item. But if I have it, which I don't have a whole lot of these, in fact I think this is my only one, I prefer to use the stick or the smaller compact kinds, like sample sizes, which are awesome, by the way, to carry with you. But this is the Maybelline Hydro Boost concealer. It's a stick that has a core to it. This is one Emily Noel had touted its praises for a long time, and I got it. But I don't have very much of that left, if you can tell. And that's another option too, is throw it in your go bag. That way you're more likely to use it up if you do makeup on the go more. So that's in here. And I can use my finger and blend that out all I want to. So then as far as face brushes go, like for doing your highlight, your contour, your blush, I've got this one little bitty brush. None of these brushes, I don't know where really any of these came from. They could be Dollar Tree, they could be Profusion, they could be wherever. But Dollar Tree does have some brushes that aren't too terrible. Profusion has good brushes. Eco Tools makes an awesome brushes. But this here is a finely, well, not finely, but it's fairly small, angled brush that is good for if I want to do a contour, but it's a very harsh contour with this. Then I have a fluffier brush that I'll use for my highlight or my blush, either one or both. And that's the main face brushes that I keep besides that RT Grove brush. So, and I will talk about the powder real quick. One thing I recommend is to use some sort of a pressed powder. The one I've got here is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. Looks like that right there. It's a square packaging. And yeah, you have your little puff or sponge or whatever in the bottom here that you can use. But that's also where the RT Go brush comes in, because you can easily buff it on that way too. And I can use this and just put some concealer underneath it and then buff this on and I'm good to go. You know, as far as base wise. But another option that you can go with is the Rimmel Stay Matte pressed powders. Because those have been around for years, they're cheap, and you know, they work. You just gotta be careful about how much you put on, because it can look cakey. I learned that the hard way. That's where pressed powders are a little harder for me. I can look cakey using them, so I'm giving you that heads up right now. Just beware, it is possible. I don't really recommend the loose powders because they can spill out everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's a screw-on lid or what. It can still get out of the powder container and into your bag, into your gym bag if the bag isn't closed, whatever. So I recommend some sort of pressed powder like this. And then whenever it comes to other aspects like your contour, blush, highlight, eyes, everything else, I recommend using some sort of a multifunctional palette. Whether it's a contour palette like the Maybelline contour palette or the BYS one, or some other contour palette that you may have on hand. Even the Profusion ones. Sorry, my nose is kind of stopped up. It's a little cool out here, so I'm starting to get chilly. But one that I do like, and I think this is not cheap, but still it's about $14, something like that, is the Milani All-Inclusive palette. So I believe this is in, yeah, All-Inclusive Eye, Cheek, and Face palette. And it has everything you need as far as contour, highlight, blush, eyeshadows, and this is what I'm using on what I have on my face today. Now the look I am wearing right now, I used a highlighter shade on the inner corner, but I do have that rose gold all over the lid, plus the deeper brown at the bottom there in the middle, all in the crease. Then I do have the contour on, the highlight, and both blush shades. I did put both of those on today too. And I'll show the little clips that I have of the eye look going on as I discuss this, because it has like a, I couldn't even tell you, describe what color. To me it's a goldy type highlight, you know, right there. But it's a real pretty highlight. It's not too over the top. That's what I have on my tops of my cheekbones right now. And you can use that on the lid, you can use it on the cheeks, you can use it down the nose, wherever you want to. Then you got your bronzer, is I think what it was originally labeled actually. And that, yes it is. And that can go in the crease of your lid. The one in here is a little cooler tone than the shade right next to it at the very bottom. But it's still, to me, in the warmer type family. Well, yeah, it's not really cool, like warm, but it's not gray, ashy. It's more neutrally. There we go. It's a more neutral bronzer, but it's fairly light. Right there's that shade. Then in the middle, you've got your, to me, it's more of a mauve looking shade, but it doesn't even really show up on my finger here. Or light rose color. Then you've got a rose gold, then you've got a reddish brown shade. That's the middle. And the final thing is like a, to me it's a corally pink, which whenever I say coral, I think of like an orangey pink, but mildly orangey. It's not like boom, in your face, apricot pink. Then there's a rosy pink below it. The corally is a shimmery one right above it, but then your other is a matte one. So all those can go all over the face, not just your eyes, not your, you know, you can use any of this anywhere, really, if you wanted to. There's no rules to makeup. You do you, boo-boo, as I've heard Sabrina say. So that right there takes care of the entire actual face. But there's another step that I like to carry with me, period, and I prefer to have a travel size mascara, but I don't, besides high-end from one of my subscription boxes I had. But this is the CoverGirl Uncensored. It's one of their exhibitionist mascaras. I keep one of those in here, and that's what I even have on my lashes today as well. And it's a fairly decent one. Now this one is pretty much on its last leg, so it's about to go. But some kind of mascara that you're able to just throw on, one and done, and out the door. That's the key for this entire thing. Quick and easy and no-brainer makeup. But if you want to make it a brainer, you know, stuff that takes time, stuff that takes focus, you can. But that's where you maybe want a different eyeshadow palette or something like that. But, and if you do have an eyeshadow palette that you would keep in yours for your glam, like date night after work makeup bag, let me know that in the comments down below, because I'm so interested to know what is in your Go beauty bag. Then other things that I do have in here, well, I'm not spotting one of them right now. It's in my bag, I know. It's just, I'm not spotting it. Okay, right here. A brow product. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It's small, it's compact, it's a one and done type of thing. It has a little bitty spoolie that you can take through your brows, comb through, boop, 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 you're done. But you can take a brow pencil, a brow pomade, whatever. Personally, I prefer this or a pencil that has a spoolie. Or if I get lucky and find a pen with a spoolie, that's awesome. Otherwise, I have to have some type of product with a spoolie with it. Now, this spoolie breaks off real easy, so, but I've got an eyeliner type brush on one side and the spoolie on the other, so that's an eye brush that I typically will keep with me. That way, if I do go out of hand with this Wow Brow, I can still brush it out if I need to. But that's another item that is getting on its last leg too. And that's one thing that you'll find. Sometimes throwing things in there that you're about out of, or that you don't care if you lose or leave or whatever, those are good items to carry. Just saying. And then eyeliners, you could take whatever eyeliners you want. Now personally, I don't like messing with eyeliner because I'm still new at eyeliner, but you know, some sort of a brightening eyeliner, whether it's the NYX, a goldy shade one like this, and I don't typically put this in my inner rim, but I have been known to do that. In the example I'm showing you now, I did. But a nude eyeliner, a white liner that preferably twists up is a little bit easier, but the pencils, to me, in my experience, are a little easier to glide on than the Twist Up. And then this here is one of the Profusion eyeliners. It's a liquid, so it's a pretty good one too. It has a real fine point to it, right there. And I like it, but like I said, I'm not real familiar with doing eyeliner yet. You know, I'm not comfortable as in a doop, doop, I'm done, I'm out the door. Quick, one and done type thing. Takes 2 seconds to do, whatever. So I don't always mess with eyeliner. The other one that I recommend that I keep in here in my studio just because I love them, and I am going to have an everyday makeup area or storage or something like that for the month coming up. I've just got to get it all figured out once I get everything settled in here. So I do hope that you hit that subscribe button for that, so that you do see when that comes. But then you can go with a liquid lip, you can go with a bullet style lipstick, but just remember the quick one and done thing that I've been discussing. So the main thing I've been reaching for more than anything, unless I'm wanting a go big or go home type lip, then I might have a different lipstick in my purse, like a bold, well, the Revlon liquid lipsticks that they've got out now, or the recently, within the past year or so, releases. Well, I'd say 3 years. But there's those. There's the Maybelline Stay Matte Ink. There's so many of them out there that I could be listing them forever. Or you could go with the lip balm crayons. Now, Maybelline has the lip balm type things. But this is some of the older ones that I know of. And that is the Neutrogena Moisture Smooth. Color Stick is what they're called. So this one originally was pointed on the tip, but I've used it enough to where it's not anymore. And they give you some type of color, but it's not like overpowering in your face color. And then the other one that I personally love, I even like it better lately than that Moisture Smooth. This is the Avon Birthday Balm. It's called the Birthday Balm Lip Cream. So, and this is really hydrating as well. So if you haven't tried these, I recommend them. And yes, I do sell Avon, so if I do have a link down below to a product like this, yes, I may make some money off of what you buy. Just heads up, full disclosure there. But as far as eye tools, having a couple of brushes, the EcoTools dual-ended eye brush sets that y'all have seen me use on this channel are wonderful to keep on hand. These here are a couple of brushes that I got from Profusion whenever I was getting different palettes from them. They're dual-ended. One has a flatter, angled side to it, and then the other side is a real full brush. And then you've got your other flat brush on the other one, and a slightly less full, but longer brush. Great for blending. So these two are a couple of the ones that I do like to keep in my thing. Now, as far as eye looks, whenever it comes to doing an eye look, you may want to just say, okay, I just want something that I don't have to fuss with. And you might just want to take a cheek palette like the CoverGirl Cheekers Instant Cheekbones palette. And then take you a little paint pot style, like the Maybelline Color Tattoo. This one's in High Roller. It kind of reminds me of Bad to the Bronze, if you remember that from whenever they were out years ago. And it's a eyeshadow cream is what it is. It's a cream shadow that you can use your finger put on and then blend into the crease and you're done. The other one that is good, even though I think it's a couple dollars more, are the Revlon Color Stay cream eyeshadows. And these, what I like about them, is they have a brush that snaps right into the lid. So you're never without some kind of brush. Now this one here, I can't tell you for sure what the color is, but it's one of their darker matte brown shades here. But those are good too. But for someone like myself, I'm still working on figuring out how someone with hooded eyelids can easily wear these without them creasing or causing issues. So once I figure all that out, I will let you know. It could be my application error, it could be whatever the case may be error. But once I get all that figured out, I will let you know about that. But I believe that is the main things, or those are the main things, that I keep in my beauty bag for my workout, for whatever the case may be. So hopefully this did work this time, and hopefully I will be able to get it up within the next day or so. It does take time for me to edit all these videos, because I am, like I said, since I messed up before, I'm taking snippets from other videos, or the other video, and putting them in, and getting it blended just right, so that does take time, and vision, so that takes a lot of, it can cause strain on my eyes, honestly, so that will take time, but regardless, I do hope to have 2 videos up a week, if not 3, sometimes. So I do hope you hit that subscribe button right down below, as well as join me over on all my social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc., where I'll be sharing updates, especially the updates are in the group, the Facebook Blind Beauty Support group, where if some reason I'm not doing videos, most likely you'll see some sort of an update over there as to why there wasn't a video, or what is going on, or what, asking your feedback about different things as well. So come join me over there so that we can chit chat, get to know each other, do some icebreakers, have some fun. So thank you again so much for watching, and I hope that you have a blessed day. Bye bye.